Good morning, sports fans. This is George with Custom Tide Flies and Guide Service. And I just thought I would take a minute to show you what's called what I call the fingernail clip. So uh, if you end up working with marabou, a lot of times it's tough to tell what your length is. And you measure it against the shank, but as you can see in this particular case, my marabou is just a hair longer than what I want it to be. Now, so one of the things that we're cautioned against is taking the scissors and clipping that sucker off square. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to use your fingernails and just pull those fibers off until you get them to where you want them. It's really tough to show on a video what I'm doing, but you can see, so I'm comparing the length of my shank with my marabou, and you see my marabou is still just a hair longer than what I want it to be. So I just use the fingernails in between my thumb and ring finger, or my thumb and index finger, and I pull off the long the tips of the long fibers until I get them to where I want them. And you know, sometimes you get tempted want to use something else other than your fingernail. So there's a pair of needle nose pliers that does the same thing. Maybe does a better job. Maybe not. There's a pair of wire dikes. Maybe that does a better job. Hey, there we go. See how I'm just pulling off the ends. I'm not cutting them square. Almost there. You can probably use a pair of fingernail clippers to do this too, I imagine, but you see how my tail is. Now if I want to form it up a little more, now that I got it where I want it, there we go. That's not so bad. That looks a lot better than taking a scissors and just chopping it off. See how that's chopped off square? Doesn't look natural at all. That's what you don't want to do. So I hope this was helpful. There's a buddy of mine out in Midwest. His name's Levi. He asked me about, well, you know, how do I fix my tail when my tail is a little too long? And I just showed you what to do and what not to do. So, like I said, I hope this was helpful. Tear my demo hook apart so I can use it another time. This is George with Custom Tied Flies and Guide Service. I hope that this tutorial was informative for you. You can find this and other tutorials on www.custom-tied.com. That's custom-tied.com. Have a splash. Don't forget the dash. You can also find the Custom Tied Virtual Fly Shop by searching Custom Tyer. That's T-Y-E-R 02. So, well, I guess that's all I got. Happy tying.